Hey, so today I'm going to be doing something kind of different from the videos that I've been putting up, but you can expect more process videos like this in the future. I am going to be building my own font today. Ooh. If you watched my last video, you know the story behind my first children's book that I'm illustrating. Essentially, my mom passed away when she was too young and didn't get around to publishing her children's books. I am now taking it on to illustrate them and get them published. And I had this idea, just to be really extra. There's this font that I'm using right now that I'm super happy with. I think it's really cute. It captures the essence of the story. It's free to use for copyright and everything. What if I created a font out of my mom's handwriting and that is the actual font in the book? She had this gorgeous kind of like curly Q scripty handwriting that I think is really cute. It's here on my arm. It says "You are my sunshine" in her handwriting. So one of my concerns with it is that it is almost on like the verge of cursive. So for a little kid's book, this is aimed at kids like 2 to 6, 2 to 7. Cursive might be a little bit too hard for them to read. It's not cursive all the way, but it is like this really kind of curly writing style. So what I'm going to do is look through samples of her writing. We have some of her notes, and we actually have like the poems she was working on. She has little like notes written on it and things. So I'm going to look through that. I'm going to scan in some of those. Sorry, my baby is attacking this tripod right now. I'm going to scan in some of those, and then I'm going to pick out which digits I like the best, and then essentially draw over them on my iPad and create characters that way that I can then upload into a program that will create a font for me. So I'm really excited about this. Oh my gosh. Child, what are you doing? What are you doing? At the end of the day, if it doesn't work and I feel like the font just doesn't, like, it's not super legible or I'm having a hard time with it, then we'll just scrap it. But come join me as I experiment with this and try and do this cool thing. You can see how often I use my coffee machine. Literally never. This is a great one. I actually have this post-it framed in my living room. Cute little story behind this post-it is that my mom used to have this little box in our living room on a bookshelf, and you could open the top, and I don't know who started it or how it got started, but my mom and I would essentially like write little letters to each other and put them in this box. And so you would just like check it periodically to see if the other person had left you something in there. It was really sweet. And so she would leave me little notes like this. There are no words good enough to tell you how much I love you. So sweet. So I have that framed in my living room, but that is actually, she wrote it so beautifully that that's a really good sample of her writing. Let's see. This folder that I'm looking through right now is actually all of her poems. So we're hoping that many of these will become books as well someday. It's so cute to look through, like these are typed on the computer, but she went through and would hand edit them, and it's just cute to see her thoughts and her edits. And wow, I just found a completely handwritten poem about me. It's called How Haley Got Her Whistle. Okay, I think, oh wow, what is happening with this light back here? I found a few samples. I found some letters that she wrote to me, some different poetry drafts, so I'm just gonna scan these in. So the program that was recommended to me is called Calligraphr. This video is definitely not sponsored, but I heard good things about it and I wanted to try it out. I know that there are other completely free programs that will create a font for you. This one is not completely free, but you do get to start for free and do one font for free. And so I figure I would give them a little test run with their free font trial. Everything was really straightforward. Creating an account was very easy. The whole website is, I mean, very simplistic. These directions really just kind of lay everything out for you. It's a step-by-step process. Essentially, you download this template And what's really cool, what I didn't expect, is that you can fill it out physically. So if you don't have a tablet or an iPad, you can just print it, fill it out with a marker, scan it back in, and still create a font that way. So that's really, really cool for people who don't have, you know, an iPad necessarily. I got to work tracing my mom's writing in Procreate. So I would just create different layers on top of this template, and then I would take whatever writing sample I was using and I would lower the opacity so that I could see through it and make sure that I was formatting everything correctly and trace over it. This took me about 2.5 days of work, just working on it when I could, when I had spare time between work and taking care of my baby and all my other things going on. This for sure would be the longest, most work-intensive part if you're designing a font, obviously, is coming up with the characters and what you want the font to look like. So this took the majority of the work. There was definitely some trial and error finding the right characters that I wanted. Sometimes I would pick one and then pick a different one and replace it. And overall, it was ultimately a very easy process, just a little bit time consuming. So once I was happy with all of the characters, I got back onto Calligraphr. And I was trying to record this shot of me working on Calligraphr and uploading the template, but my baby was really excited to be on camera and is saying hello to you guys. Oh, cuteness overload. Anyway, so uploading is so straightforward. It's super easy. You just literally follow step by step and then it will create it for you. You download it just like you would download any other font and install it. So easy. It actually blew my mind how easy all of this stuff was. As I said in the beginning, one of my biggest concerns with this whole process is making sure that it's very legible, especially for kids. Okay, so I just went through like 7 different renditions, just messing with the marker that I was using in Procreate, as well as the thickness, letter spacing, not the line spacing, but the letter spacing, and I had to reduce that pretty significantly by like -50 to make it look the way that I wanted it to look. But right now I'm happy with how it is. I did not have to pay for a account, though I would be happy to do so. It let me just adjust it as needed. Regardless to whether we end up using this in the book, I think this was a great experiment and super fun, and now I know how easy it is to build a font, so I feel like a whole new door has opened up for me that if I want to build more fonts in the future that I can. It's a new skill that I have, and I just want to say thank you to Calligraphr. This video is definitely not sponsored by them, but I think their memberships are super reasonable if this is something that you're excited about and you want to try out. $8 a month is like not any money at all. It was super easy to use. The instructions were very clear, so I would definitely recommend it as a good program. Thank you so much for joining us on this little experiment, and I hope you learned something and have fun making fonts if that's something that you want to do. This book is going to be coming out this fall, sometime in August. I'm very excited to share more about it in the future. You want to say bye? Look. Look. Say bye. Bye.